Hey, this is Shawn Smith, IFBB Pro and Animal Athlete. I'm here to take you guys through a delt workout today. So I'm going to show you how I kind of set everything up. Give you tips and little cues on how to execute properly, make sure we're hitting the interior delt, the lateral delt, and the posterior delt properly. Also, usually before every training session, I like to say pump pro, 2 scoops of this, and during my session, I usually mix about 2 scoops of juiced aminos and with some coconut water, and I'll just sip on this throughout the duration of my workout. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I usually start with a dumbbell side lateral. So that's gonna hit the lateral delt, give you that width. So when I do these, I start at the hip instead of, a lot of people start in front right here. I find if I do this, I recruit a little bit more traps. So I like to start from the hips, keeps it a little bit more strict, so that I'm using all delt. So I'm keeping my elbows bent just slightly, and I'm pulling up through my elbow, keeping my shoulder girdle down as I try not to recruit too much traps. So the primary function of the lateral deltoid is to raise the humerus out to the side like this. So what I like to pretend in my head sometimes is that I just kind of like cut my arm off. So I'm really like focusing on bringing this point up here, and just driving the elbows up this way. So all right, so second exercise, I'm trying to hit the interior deltoid, the front. So what I'm doing here is an incline dumbbell front raise. So I have an underhand grip, laying back on the bench, start here. So I have a slight bend to my elbow. Laying back on this bench prevents me from cheating and swinging at the weights. So again, mentally, what I'm thinking about when I'm doing these, cutting my arm off at the elbow, all I'm worried about is bringing the tip of my upper arm, my humerus, up. That's all I'm worried about when I'm doing this in my head. All right, moving into my third movement here, we got a Smith machine shoulder press. So this primarily targets the lateral and the interior heads, overall mass builder. I use a bench at a very high incline just because when I sit straight up and down like this and press, it just feels awkward on my shoulder, because if I'm here and I bring the barbell down, it's gonna hit my head obviously. So you have to shift your elbows forward, and it just puts a lot of awkward tension on my shoulders. So I like to get back here, and it's just a little bit more comfortable for me. I take a wide enough grip to where it's not completely dominated by my triceps, and I can really focus more on the delts. So I'm bringing this down until it's just past my chin, and I'm driving up with my delts. Okay, second set here. So this angle will kind of demonstrate, kind of display the angle at which the bench is at, obviously, and my back and everything in relation to the bar. It's also going to show the depth that I take this bar a little bit better. All right, so fourth and final exercise for delts. We're hitting rear delts, posterior delts, doing a rear delt fly on an incline bench. I like to do this because you don't have to worry about supporting your back. So I lean over until my sternum is just past the point of the bench. Elbows are flared out, and I'm driving my elbows out and up to the side. So I'm basically drawing a horizontal line with these dumbbells